Record of Lodoss War Deedlit in Labyrinth is a Metroidvania-style adventure game that is set in the world of the popular manga series Record of Lodoss War. You may remember Record of Lodoss War from its multiple video game releases, including the excellent Sega Dreamcast version, but this is an entirely new game. You play as Deedlit, a high elf from the realm of the fairies who has a great appreciation for nature, and her magic is based on elemental forces such as wind and fire. She is also famous for wielding a thin elven sword, which she starts the game off with but gradually upgrades. She is incredibly fast, and resembles another fast character who looks like they belong in an anime. I wonder who that is. You wake up in a mysterious place and have no memory of how you got there, but it all looks so familiar. Right off the bat, the game borrows heavily from Castlevania's Symphony of the Night, which isn't essentially a bad thing. The game is a 2D style exploration game where you take control of Deedlit and try to figure out why you are in the Wonder Labyrinth. Along the way you will fight a variety of enemies including imps, wolves, harpies, gargoyles, cockatrices, skeletons, and lizardmen. You start the game off with an elven sword, and as you explore and defeat enemies, they drop weapons that you can equip and use against them. It's a little comical seeing Deedlit equipped an imp spear and seeing her reaction wielding such a foreign weapon. It adds to her charm and speaks of her high elf persona. Being a high elf, Deedlit can enlist the help of elementals who become critical parts of the gameplay, but first you have to find them, which isn't too difficult. A wind elemental allows Deedlit to move through the air. A fire elemental allows her to destroy explosive barrels that block the way for the other areas of the game. Equipping the elementals provides you some protection against water and fire-based attacks, and allows you to get past special barriers sprinkled throughout the game. The game is not finished yet, and the version that I am playing right now is an early release of the game on Steam. But I can only imagine that Deedlit will also have the opportunity to equip earth and water elementals during her adventure. You can raise your elemental spirit levels by killing enemies and collecting soul screams. When your elemental spirit level is raised to 3, your health regenerates automatically. You can also raise your weapons level by collecting orbs from your enemies, and when it is powered to level 3 it becomes more powerful and allows you to attack them from a longer distance. You can find weapons by killing enemies and taking them, finding special rooms throughout the labyrinth, or by purchasing them from this dude. Aside from swords, spears, and other melee weapons, Deedlit can use a bow and arrow, which is highly useful for solving some of the puzzles in the game, like this one. The boss battles in this game are a lot of fun, and challenging but not too difficult. It takes a while getting used to the boss patterns and knowing what elementals to use. Killing the bosses is deeply satisfying, and after the fight is over you are normally given a special quest item that you need to advance. Because this is an early access of the game, it only has 2 bosses, but both were fun as hell to fight. The controls for this game are pretty standard and reminiscent of, well, you know what. You have buttons for swinging your sword, jumping, switching elementals, and using your bow and arrow. Pressing the start button puts you in a menu in which you can swap your weapons and bows. In all, the game's controls are responsive and smooth. The graphics are gorgeous. The colors fit really well within the Record of Lodoss War universe, and you often get to see some impressive parallax scrolling events while you are exploring. The character models and enemies are well detailed and gorgeous to look at. It's almost a shame that you have to kill them. The sound for this game is great as well, with the tunes keeping you in the game and holding your attention. My only gripe about the sound is that there is no voice acting. You can run through the early access of the game in about an hour. The developers say, however, that the final game will take between 5 and 6 hours to finish, which still isn't a lot, but the game is priced accordingly. I picked it up for $10. Almost as soon as I saw this game on the internet, I put it on my Steam wishlist, and I'm glad I did. The game is set to release in late 2020.